All right, so here we are on my client's website, H&R Docs, and I kind of want to just roll through what I talked about on the whiteboard and kind of just show you where I applied that to this website and this, and this brand's just presence online. I'm sure some of you can resonate with this. H&R Docs was steadily losing leads just over the course of a few years, and going from like having 20 employees to down to 4, and being a full year business, being able to just get the job done all year, to actually being quite seasonal and laying employees off in the fall until work picked up again. And right here you see the name highlighted. This is Cheryl, dead giveaway. This is my parents' business. To give you some backstory, I'm a 3rd generation dock builder, but I could see that my skills as a welder weren't as important as my skills as a marketer. And that's kind of when I took it upon myself to convince my parents to let me handle their marketing. So we talk about education, and the problem was the website, the social media was not educating anybody. It was not sharing what 40 years of just equity on the lake can provide. Just building docks, having that experience on the water, it really adds up. And so what I did is I went out to educate with the content that we created, and we just tried to figure out what questions people are asking, and I wanted to be able to answer those questions for them with the content we were creating. So right here, 6 tips for inspecting your boat dock. A lot of people don't really know what to look for, and it's really important to inspect your dock because you want to avoid damage like this. And I just kind of roll through this little video real quick. This dock took damage from flooding, but if they had been inspecting it regularly, it may not have actually gone through all of this damage, So what costs could have been mitigated weren't. And so it's, again, put that best foot forward. We'd much rather catch something early before it becomes a huge ordeal for you. And that's very, very important. Flotation is another important thing. People think with encapsulated foam, underneath your dock, you think, oh, cool, well, it's good to go. Well, it's still going to undergo stress. It cracks. That causes it to fill with water, loses its buoyancy, and then it becomes an anchor on your dock, causing extra stress, and eventually, cracks and breaks in your frame start happening. And then, you still have to replace the foam, but then now you have extra repair costs. So again, right here, whether you do business with them or not, you're learning something, and that's what I wanted to do. It's very, very important. And again, too, user journey, you want to give people calls to action. You want them to reach out and contact you. And that's very important again. And we kind of double back to the questions they're asking. This type of content on the website can be used in the search engine results just with pay-per-click ads. So that's one opportunity for advertising by just having awesome content on your website. So don't underestimate that. You don't want to send people from an ad to something that's not delivering. And here I am, kind of hopping on the social media. And this is really fun because this is where I got the start. It wasn't until later on that I realized that things, need to be more cohesive. And that's when I convinced them to fix their website. But, sharing information like this right here, I created this content from a bunch of still images I took. And this is kind of showcasing the pivot that happens whenever you're on just a dock with a 5th wheel attached to the ramp. And what the 5th wheel does, I'll show you in this video on the upper right here, if you've noticed, this dock is just rocking and rolling. And the reason why it's able to do that without just breaking apart is because of the 5th wheel. That's an example of a dock that does not have one. That was 2 doors down, actually. So, I'm not going to rag on anybody's other quality. It was just neat to show, hey, boom. So this type of content is great because this is, again, educating, is showcasing the quality. And that's very, very important. This post right here, again, you want to inspect your ramp bolts, because if that ramp shears, this whole ramp, if that shears, this whole ramp gets rocked and just destroyed. And that's not fun, because then you have to fix the ramp. When, if you just come in and replace it in a timely fashion, that's way cheaper to deal with. But not all social media is created equal too. So that's another thing. It's good to share unique content on each platform. And again, you want to drive traffic to your website. At a certain point, you don't want to keep them on social media. Social media prefer you do that because they make more money that way. But we pay them enough in ads. And that's the other thing I'm about to get to right quick is the content you put out here on social is really great because you can turn this into ads. You can even create content that is just strictly made for ads. But again, with social media, earlier on the whiteboard presentation when we were trying to come up with a customer persona, that the reason why we do that is because this content here on social media, we can put this in front of them where they hang out online. This is very, very important. For highly targeted, like their age, sex, what their interests are, their profession, even their income level. It's very, very important, especially with like Botox. These are premium quality products. I don't want just anybody seeing these ads. I want people that are actually interested in buying a doc. Not everybody's in the market for a doc. So that's kind of where I come into play through the experimentation and the things that I do with the content I create is trying to put it, in front of the people that we want to see and make sure that it's actually delivering. And if it's not, I'm going to ask questions. Well, why is it not delivering? Is it the content? Is it my targeting? What's going on here? But it's all based off of tracking what I'm doing and making educated guesses and iteration and experimentation. So without too much more rambling on my part, I hope you guys found some value in this. And again, if there's anything that I left out, if you have some questions that I just didn't answer, please reach out. This may be a delayed conversation, but it's still a conversation. So you can reach out, you can call me, email me, but definitely, reach out, ask questions. I love answering questions. I love developing strategies for people. It's a lot of fun. And but anyways, without too much more rambling, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it added some value, and you have a great day. All right, see you.